Fortnite is one of the most divisive games of modern times. It's pretty rare for people, at least my age, to not really care about it one way or the other. I usually only see people who absolutely love the game or absolutely despise it, and I've been on both sides of that. When it first came out, I wasn't super interested in it, and I played a few matches, decided I didn't like it, and then figured I'd never think about it again. And then 2018 happened.
Fortnite. Chug Jug.
Fortnite. Battle Pass.
You wanna know why Fortnite got so big? Why it took over the goddamn planet? Because of kids. It's as simple as that. I mean, that's why I started playing it again back in 2018. I mean, I was an impressionable kid, and I saw that all my friends were playing this cool new Fortnite game, so I'd give it another go. And you know why they started playing it? Because their other friends were playing it. And you know why they were playing? Because of their friends. And so on and so on. But it all circles back to the big streamers of the time, like Ninja, and that stream with Drake he did. Only one of the biggest streams, at least of the time. 600,000 people at the same time watched that stream. Over 500,000. And people sometimes wonder why Fortnite got so big. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. No, I'm here to talk about returning to Fortnite. Not how it got big, not how I started playing in the first place, how I returned to it. And that is a much simpler situation. They brought the old map back. I was nostalgic. I played the game again. I somehow got some of my friends who never really played before to start playing. Before I get any further in depth, some of you might not know what Fortnite is somehow, so I guess I should give some background. But before I do that, if you end up enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But let's go ahead and get right into it. I'll make this quick because most people are gonna know what Fortnite is. Fortnite is a third-person shooter battle royale game where the goal is to be the last person or team standing. There's 100 people that drop on the island at the start of each match, and you need to gather weapons and materials to build structures to help you survive. Because if you don't, this will happen. So in simple terms, shoot good, build good, and don't die. Sounds simple. Except kids are fucking crazy in this game. If they get even a whiff of a bullet, they'll build the entire Empire State Building in 3 seconds flat. Meanwhile, I'm over here like... Yeah, I'm not too good at building in this game. Okay, cool, so what's Fortnite OG then? Well, I mean, I kinda already said it, like, they brought back the original map for a month. There's been 4 maps or chapters in total, and they brought back the first map from the first chapter to get turkeys off the menu. And while I did briefly play in Chapter 2, I have no nostalgia for it at all since it was only briefly. Chapter 1 though, god, it's kind of messed up that I'm starting to have nostalgia for 2018. So when Epic announced Fortnite OG, I thought, might as well try it out, see what's changed, see what horrific collabs have come out since I stopped playing, then uninstall it. Yeah, I got into Fortnite again. Oops. But now that all the introduction stuff is out of the way, let's go ahead and actually talk about what it was even like to return to Fortnite. What changed? Did Epic give me free V-Bucks again? Did they add Morbius to Fortnite yet? Let's find out.
Fortnite Battle Pass. I just shit out my ass.
Starting off, I'll just briefly talk about the first thing I saw, the Battle Pass. It's pretty good, in my opinion. I had a lot of the original skins that they're remixing, which this wasn't even the first time they did this. They did this in Season 10, but that being said, these are some pretty good remixes. I feel like, yeah, they are maybe a little nostalgia-pandery, but at the same time, Spectre Knight and Omega Rock are distinct enough from their original incarnations, so I feel like they hold up well on their own. Renegade Lynx is a little more bannering feeling to me, but I like it, so whatever. Yeah, and then Little Split is... whatever. I don't really care about him, but he's fine. I got the original banana skin. I don't need anything else. Fuck you, Epic Flames. I do think that Raven Team Leader, which was a skin and all the promo material that was in the shop for, I think, 2 days when the season came out, I think that should have been in the Battle Pass. There was room in there. Will Split did not need 4 different color options. He really did not. There was the bonus rewards too, which are fine. I think the first page of bonus rewards will not be bonus in any other season, but because of how short this one is, they are. I could also be wrong about that, I don't know. The second page is a lot more what I would expect. For the first 2 weeks of the season, these were simply question marks, and so rightfully a lot of people, myself included, expected this to be some sort of secret skin, harkening back to the secret skins of Chapter 1. Nope, just ugly white and gold super level styles like they've been doing every season since Chapter 2. Okay, yes, that should have been expected, but why make them question marks if they're just color options? Speaking of color options, let's talk about Spectre Knight more in depth. This is my first exposure to a fully customizable skin like this. Back in my day, we were lucky to get an option to take off a hat or a helmet, but this, customizable body patterns, customizable helmet patterns, 5 different helmets, customizable colors, including some that aren't even colors but are more like material changes, and every single item that's part of the set is like this. Now, this could totally be standard now. I know of a few customizable skins like this, but they don't seem to be as in-depth, but they might be. I really don't know. It's hard to tell when you don't have the skin. I'm not gonna bother talking about the emotes or anything else. Like, if you really care, go look up a reaction video of the Battle Pass. People still do that, right? Anyway, in summary, Battle Pass is good. I was lucky enough to get it for free because I somehow had like 800 V-Bucks on my account. And I also have the Save the World PvE, which we'll talk about later. But I would say it probably wouldn't have been a horrible purchase had I spent money on it. But enough Battle Pass talk. Let's talk about the important things. Like the evil collabs, woo, yeah, baby! So the collabs were really the only thing I was aware of during the period that I wasn't playing in, ranging from shit like Spider-Man and Doom Guy, which nearly made me reinstall, to real-life people? Dwayne The Rock Johnson Fortnite? What? Okay, that last one I exaggerated as a joke. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is in Fortnite, that part isn't a joke. But I played when they added the real-life DJ Marshmallow to Fortnite. But yeah, there's far too many collabs to really talk about. This season they added another Stranger Things skin, which I honestly forgot even happened. Some Invincible skins, which, yeah, obviously I bought Omni-Man, you've been seeing him the whole time. But I think that's about it. Well, okay, there is one more, but we'll get to that later. Okay, wait, no, hold on. I forgot about the random ass real life race car driver they added. Okay, but I think that's it. No, get out of here. It's not your time yet. Okay, well, yeah, that's kind of it on the cosmetic ends. They definitely slowed down on the collabs this season, which I really appreciate. Enough joking around though, let's talk about the map and gameplay changes.
We got a #1 victory royale, yeah,
So the first thing I noticed when I went to go into a game is this horrible Roblox UI. Now, I was a creative enjoyer myself when I used to play back in 2018. Hell, I even bought the Battle Pass in Season 7 or whenever it was just to get access to it early. But this ain't it, Chief. That was a good time to talk about the controversy with this season. They added an age rating system to creative, which on paper, fine enough, kinda weird, but fine enough, you know, it's whatever. Creative is definitely way more oriented at younger kids nowadays, so I guess it makes sense. The way they went about it though, not so good. Any skin with a gun on it, and a game about shooting people with guns, is not allowed. But Michael Myers, no, he's good, he's fine. Also, yes, Michael Myers from the Halloween movies is in Fortnite. This is how I found out, too. Now, thankfully, they seem to have kind of reverted this, or they are going to revert this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I don't really care that much, but the Fortnite kids would yell at me if I didn't mention it, so whatever. Now, I did play some of these horrible creative game modes with my friends, and I'll play a few clips of that now.
If you get stuck, check out the tutorial on our YouTube channel. I'm not doing that. Was that you're doing?
Yeah.
What, you're saying you're having a hard time with the baby game?
No, because they keep changing what kills you and does.
Is baby game too hard for you?
No, I'm big boy. I'm big boy.
Pipe. It's waiting for you at level 34. I'm gonna Devil May Cry our song. This is definitely making me shit. Shut up! Fish stick's waiting for me. Oh my god. I've been waiting for this fish stick all day.
You're getting really excited about fish stick. Honestly, they're not really that bad. They're just very Roblox feeling, which, if I wanted to play Roblox, I'd play Roblox, not Fortnite. But enough about the creative. What about the Battle Royale? Well, first thing I saw was that there was a no building mode, which, while I didn't try it out until a bit later, I did eventually try it. And let me just tell you now, this is the only game mode I play. See, I'm not that terrible at building, despite what I said earlier. My reaction time and speed is pretty good. I mean, I play for honor. I hope it's good. But my building skill is still stuck in like 2018, maybe 2019. But enough about that for now. What happened on my first match back? I won.
We got a number 1 victory royale.
No, I'm not fucking with you. The first match I played, a duos match with one of my friends, we won. First game. Now, while I relish in the fact that I won my first game, let me tell you something. Fortnite is bots now. Not bots like the insult people used to use in the game. No, they literally have AI players now. Now, I suspected this was the case during the match. People weren't really building at all. The last player just kind of walked at me and let me kill them, but I wasn't completely sure. And then we won again, and the same thing happened in that second match. People didn't really build or anything. It wasn't until later when I started playing trios that we started losing. And I mean, we still won our first trios match, but after that we've definitely been facing actual people, at least for the most part. Now, let me take you back to Chapter 2 for a second. Season 10 just ended, the map blew up, Fortnite was a black hole for 2 days. New season drops, there's a new map and everything, and a cutscene when you open the game. This cutscene goes directly into a match, but you know what's cool about this match? It is full of bots. The entire lobby was bots, and I fucking left it. I didn't play it through. I could have gotten an umbrella with like no effort, god fucking damn. Yeah, I'm still a little upset about that, but that was also, oh god, 4 years ago. So I don't really care that much, so back to zero build. I did eventually try this mode and really like it. You can definitely tell this map did not have no building in mind. I mean, as of me writing this, you literally cannot get up onto what's supposed to be Polar Peak without a mobility item because you can't build. And there's probably some other places like that, but aside from that, yeah, it's pretty fun. And because of how shit my friends are at building, which is okay, they don't need to be, but it's okay. They can actually function and sometimes kill people. Meanwhile, I'm over here with like 10 kills to my name because I am the Golden God!
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
I don't really know what else to say about the gameplay. Oh, wait, shit, they did change the movement a bit. I forgot to mention that. So there's like a full-on run now instead of just a tiny little sprint. And there's also sliding and grabbing onto stuff, and this all carries into the Save the World mode. They did also add fuel to vehicles, which I think is pretty lame. But at the same time, I don't need to relive the old playing days of Season 7. But now for the map, which I was pretty disappointed with. So my favorite seasons of Fortnite, and what I and many others would consider to be peak Fortnite, were Seasons 5 through 8, arguably 4 through 9. Now, am I maybe biased? Yeah, probably. But these seasons, 5 through 8 that is, were my favorite because of the map changes. Season 5 enters the desert, the first non-forest or grassland biome in the entire game's history, and then Season 6 didn't really do anything with the map aside from making Loot Lake actually a decent location. Both Season 7 and 8, they both added new biomes which were huge. While the desert was pretty big, it was still a pretty small section of the map. The ice biome, though, probably about a third of the map, although actually at one point it was the whole map. And the jungle was closer to the desert size, but definitely bigger, and the jungle also had some of my favorite locations in the whole game. Plus it had the best atmosphere in my opinion. So, Season OG starts with the Season 5 map. Cool, great. A week in, changes to the Season 6 map. Cool, great. A week later, snow biome is added, and I'm excited. I get in game, check the map, and oh god. They shrunk it. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure they're gonna add the jungle too, right? In the final incarnation of the map, all that changed as the meteor from Season 10 showed up. No jungle. No Season 9 locations. No Happy Hamlet. God, I miss Happy Hamlet. This was the biggest disappointment in my entire playtime of the season. Season 7 and 8 are prime Fortnite nostalgia for me, and they were the seasons that me and my friends spent probably the most time playing in. I understand the reasoning for these changes being lackluster. The season was only a month long, so there was probably no real reason to change the map drastically, and well, this part is just a guess because of the big event that hasn't happened yet as of me writing this section. There does seem to be some timeline alteration going on. But like, come on, you could have at least brought back Polar Peak. The map disappointment aside, I feel like the season has been pretty enjoyable gameplay-wise. I wasn't a huge fan of Chapter 2's gameplay from what little I played, which is part of why I quit Fortnite altogether for a while. And from what I've heard, Chapter 3 and 4 were pretty much just worse Chapter 2. So I'm a little worried about Chapter 5, to be honest. Something else that was disappointing to me was... I've been a player of Fortnite Save the World since, I don't know, like Season 5 or something. I initially bought it because of the ability to get V-Bucks by playing, which to kid me sounded too good to be true, but no, it was true. If you bought Save the World before the end of Early Access, you get V-Bucks for doing quests, and this was in the game because you used V-Bucks to buy llamas, which were basically loot boxes. Nowadays, they have removed the llamas costing V-Bucks. In fact, they're barely even loot boxes because you can see what's in them. But the daily quests give you way more V-Bucks now. But, like I said, this is only if you bought it before Early Access ended. If you bought Save the World now, you wouldn't be getting any V-Bucks for free. Now, does any of this really matter? No, not really. I mean, it does matter a little bit because the V-Bucks were the only reason I even came back to Save the World since... well, you'll see. Now, I remember when I started playing Save the World, Canny Valley had just gotten its story update, and they had just added the desert biome as well. A little while later, story finished, and promises to continue the story in Twine Peaks were made. And all these years later, did they keep those promises? No, of course not. Every promise they made was broken. Save the World was never made free. Twine Peaks never got its story or its unique biome, which was seemingly going to be a volcanic one if the Storm Shield was anything to go off of. 6-star evolutions never got added, and a new area after Twine Peaks never got added either. Hell, they even stopped adding heroes for the most part. Save the World is all but abandoned now, with only some small maintenance updates, and it's kind of sad. But in some aspects, I'm glad it's been unchanged, aside from some movement and some new event quest lines that probably aren't new at all actually, but they're new to me, damn it. Well, that and the seasonal areas, which, well, not new, is at least a new system, the adventure system. I'm not going to go in depth about it because there's no real reason to, and it doesn't matter at all, but basically every few months a seasonal area gets added with quest lines and heroes and whatnot. And when I started playing again, the Fort Nightmares event was still happening, which had a questline about a haunted hotel, which I got weirdly invested in. But why am I glad Save the World was unchanged? It's because it still has the feeling of old Fortnite. Because of how outdated it is, and because of how little it's been updated, it's almost like a time capsule of Chapter 1 Fortnite. Almost. The changes they did make, I think, are pretty good. The llamas not being horrible loot boxes are nice, and the venture system is cool, and I like the new heroes that I've seen. I just have one complaint. It is impossible, for me at least, to play with other people. I have tried. I have waited upwards of 20 minutes for people to join my session, but it never happens. Maybe it's the missions I'm selecting, maybe I was playing at bad times, maybe there's no crossplay, and maybe most players are on console.
I don't know.
Whatever the case is, I could not play with randoms, so I kinda gave up and just played by myself, and man, Save the World kinda sucks solo. It definitely grew on me. I started to have fun with it around the time I did the Haunted Hotel questline I mentioned earlier, but before that it felt like such a chore. I'm not going to go in depth on how Save the World works or its story or anything, since other people have already done that, but I'll give a short synopsis. Save the World's story is very simple. You are the commander and you're trying to save the world. 90% of the population died and turned into husks, pretty much just zombies, because of the storm. So you're making shields and saving survivors and recruiting heroes to, well, save the world, like the name of the game. Like from Fortnite! The story doesn't get super complex from what I remember, and it ends with you fighting a big storm demon named the Storm King. What was nice about the events I did is that I could just jump right in and know what was going on in the story without having to really worry about the minuscule amount I was missing by not doing the sad excuse of a Twine Peaks questline. Now, as for the gameplay, it's pretty much the same as the Battle Royale, but a lot slower. And you have a hoverboard. And there's melee weapons. Honestly, that's all you really need to know, and that's all that matters. As I said before, the lack of updates to this game would have really made it a time capsule for Chapter 1 Fortnite, and I like that. The feeling of nostalgia I got opening up Save the World for the first time in years and hearing the ever so familiar music that you're hearing right now was kinda nice. Unfortunately, because of how small the player base is, the highest player count I ever saw was 50k, meanwhile Battle Royale had 1 million. I'll probably never quite be able to recreate the old days of playing it. Also, I will add that I think part of my initial frustration with Save the World was just because of how bad my loadouts were. Like, Jesus Christ, you could really tell I was a kid when I last played. But with all that said, the feeling of old Fortnite sure as hell lives on in Save the World at least. But does it live on in Battle Royale? Kind of. Season OG has a very nostalgia-pandering feel to it, but damn it, it kinda worked. Am I disappointed the jungle didn't come back? Yes. Am I disappointed Save the World was abandoned? Yes. Am I disappointed they didn't add Freddy Fazbear, Walter White, Morbius, Peter Griffin, and Mr. Beast to Fortnite? Yes.
Oh wait, they actually did that one.
If Fortnite stays like this in the future, then I can see myself continuing to play. Hell, even if it's like Chapter 2, I can see myself continuing to play. Honestly, I kinda hope it stays like this. I bought the fucking Omni-Man skin. I spent money on this dumbass game again. They better not fuck it up with the next season. Hey, speaking of next season, it's almost time for Eminem Fortnite. What the fuck? I'm very conflicted on this event. I tried to get in during the first showing of the event, but I had to sit in a 40-minute queue, so I couldn't get in time. So I did what I swore to never do again. And I pulled up a stream of the event. And while I didn't really hate the event, I didn't really like it either. The whole segment was gonna pretty much just be me shitting on the event and saying it was a glorified advertisement for Chapter 5. But then I decided to go to the re-showing of the event with my friends. And while I still don't think the event was good, I did enjoy it more seeing it for myself. I'll do a super quick rundown of the event. Started with the redoing of the end event from Chapter 1, then it went to this weird, trippy looking portal thing, and then everyone started traveling to different realities. Starting with Lego World, Rocket League World, then Eminem Fortnite World, which I had written down as only being like a minute long, but it was probably more like 6 minutes. It was around half of the event. Now, should they have advertised this as an Eminem Fortnite concert when it was not a concert, but only a little bit of 2 songs? No, they shouldn't have. But it's fine. Like, they've done actual concerts before, so that's part of the disappointment with the event. But after Eminem Fortnite, the event turned into you just being able to look at the image of the realities that were created for like 5 minutes. Even though all it was just you got to go back to the lobby. Why force people to wait? I don't understand that. So all in all, it was fine. Not the worst event ever, but it was alright. But now, let's talk about what this event was leading to. Let's talk about...
Holy crap, I'm in Fortnite! Oh my gosh, this is so freaking epic!
I have great news. Fortnite is still fun. Now, this could change after I play more than 1 day of the new season, but I am pleased to say Chapter 5 of Fortnite is more on the Chapter 2 end. It's fun. The NPCs don't get too in the way, the mythic and exotic items aren't too overpowered, the all-new weapons are extremely fun, and the new items are also great. The Grapple Blade is one of the most fun mobility items I've used in a while, and the Riot Shield thing is also really fun. Speaking of shields, you can move and drink shields at the same time! Let's talk about the map. Can we talk about the map? I've been dying to talk to you about the map all day. Map is great. The locations are great. There isn't too many of them, and the map is overall a great size. I was really worried it was going to be like Chapter 2 where the map is way too big, but no, this is much more like Chapter 1's map in size. The layout of the map is maybe more similar to Chapter 2. Oh yeah, and there's a fucking train. The train is so fun. I'm really enjoying going onto it and killing people, which I have done in several matches now. I'm really running out of things to say here. Honestly, I'm just really glad Fortnite is still fun. I'll go over the Battle Pass extremely briefly, as unlike the OG Pass, there's way too much to go through. Skins are either kind of whatever, or they're great. On the whatever end, there's Hope and Jonesy, and on the great end, there's Montaug? I don't know how to pronounce that one, and Oscar. The other skins I have much less of an opinion on, but they're still good. Even Hope and Jonesy are good, I just don't like them as much. Peter Griffin Fortnite, how is this real? Like, when I wrote Peter Griffin collab in the script earlier, it was meant to be a joke. Because, oh, there's no way they'll ever add Peter Griffin to Fortnite. A few days after I wrote the script, Peter Griffin got leaked. I was fucking mortified. Now, I am a bit disappointed that Peter is buff. While it is incredibly funny, I think it's also unnecessary. You cannot tell me that, oh, we made him buff for clarity, which I don't think is the confirmed reason, but that is most likely the reason. But there's like 300 Peely skins, who would likely have just as broken of a hitbox as Fat Peter. Back to the weapons for a moment, I really cannot stress enough how fun they are. The weapon mod system is so fun, no two games truly feel the same now. While there is some guns I will miss, like the flint-knock pistol, the minigun, dual pistols, rocket and grenade launchers, the drum gun, the double-barrel shotgun, God rest its soul, I do really like these new ones. I'm hoping that as this chapter goes on, we'll get some of these back in some form, but I guess time will tell. Overall, the season is really fun so far. I was so worried that I'd end up hitting Fortnite after the OG season was over, but thankfully that's not the case. Now for the big questions. Was Fortnite OG worth it? Was Fortnite OG a desperate attempt at relevance? And is Fortnite dying? Let's start with the last question. Short answer, it's complicated, but no. Long answer, while I don't think it's dying per se, I think if this season takes a turn for the worst, it could die. While I'm enjoying the Battle Royale just as much, I don't know if I particularly like this doubling down on Fortnite as a platform that Epic's doing. Focusing a bit more on creative was fine. While most creative games I've tried have been pretty bad, there has been a few fun ones. So really, it's no different from the old days. It's just instead of death runs being the popular thing, it's tycoons. The new game modes announced during the Big Bang event are hypothetically cool. Of course, I have yet to try them because as of me writing and recording this, they're not out yet. But they could end up going the way of Save the World, which is to say they get abandoned. Speaking of Save the World, nothing has changed with it this season, as expected. But you know what has changed for the worst? The locker. This could totally get changed. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets changed as I'm working on the video. But the new locker system sucks. First of all, cosmetics don't have a background anymore, so they all just kind of blend together, which is not a huge problem for me because I only have like around 150 skins, and I don't use a good amount of them anyway. But imagine how annoying it is for people with thousands of skins. Plus, it's way more annoying now to favorite items or change styles or anything else of that sort. And for some godforsaken reason, the Save the World loadout is now connected to every other game mode. I personally like using the default Save the World cosmetics in that game mode, so while yes, it's not a huge deal that I have to switch my loadouts plural, we'll get to that, every single time I play Save the World, it is a bit annoying. And yes, there is multiple loadouts now. Banners, emotes, loading screens, lobby music, and weapon skins are all separate loadouts now. While banners and emotes being separate is good, I don't see why weapon skins, which I'll be calling ramps because that's what they're called in game, are separate. Again, this is all really not a big deal, but it is a bit annoying. Is the locker change going to kill Fortnite? Absolutely not, but it is a symptom of what might kill Fortnite, that being the new focus on Fortnite being a platform for games. Another symptom of this is the entire page of the Battle Pass devoted to a car for the racing mode, which is not even out yet. Going back to what I said earlier with the short answer, no, I do not think Fortnite is dying. It's been dying before, and from what I understand, it may actually have been dying during Chapter 4. And while the new direction is worrying, I think it can work as long as the new modes are fun. But now for the other questions. Was Fortnite OG a desperate attempt at relevance? I think so. Maybe desperate isn't the right word, but Chapter 4 was the worst Fortnite had ever been, from what I've seen at least. People online hated those seasons. Augments in particular seemed like a very bad design choice, and the map didn't seem all that great. Now, I must stress that all this stuff I'm saying about Chapter 4 is purely just from what I've seen online. I could be totally wrong, and if I am, please correct me about it in the comments. All of that to say, while Season OG was likely planned before Chapter 4 got as mid as it became, I think it's likely that it happens now to try to keep people playing and to try to get old players back. Which brings us now to the final question. Was Fortnite OG worth it. Yeah, had they not brought back the original map, I and many others more than have come back to Fortnite and realized that this game is still alright. And now that the big wave of children that played it back in 2018 are adults, or at least nearly adults, it's not cringe to play Fortnite anymore. I mean, Fortnite is still a kid's game. Like, have you seen the subreddit? It is all children. And of course, some people are still going to call Fortnite cringe because they're stuck in 2018, but that's besides the point. But with that, I think that's about it for Fortnite OG. While Fortnite is nowhere near my favorite games anymore, I'm glad I came back to it, since me and my friends have a new game to play with each other now. Fortnite may not be in its prime anymore, but the new direction that it's taking might bring it into another golden age. Plus, you can kill Peter Griffin, and that's pretty cool. Like and subscribe for more video essays like this. Stay safe out there, and have a good one.